Wow. I need to reorganize this desk. Holy shit. And the bridge is falling down. Oops. Security notification? Who cares? Setting up here. Ooh, okay. Need to scoot y'all back a bit. There we go. How's the angle? The angle looks fine. Oh. It would be a first FTO solve of the day if I didn't misrecognize TCP. Okay. I would like to preserve you, but I don't know if I will. Alright, 224s. FTOE. Unlike most other live streams that I have, I actually do have a required cutoff for how long I can stream, and it's around 3 p.m., like 3:10 p.m. or whatever. So. Bro. Alright, that wasn't too bad. What up, Ty? Welcome everyone who's joining. Am I stupid? Where'd it go? What is happening? I get essentially three 24s, and then 2 16s in the same average of 5. Which was that corner right? I did. I don't know like these kind of scrims. No, 21. I don't know how likely it is for me to get a PR at Worlds. Obviously, I'm going to go in trying my hardest to get one. If I am going to get a PR, it's probably going to be single. Just because I have a reputation at Worlds for getting PR singles in events that I have no business getting them in. Or not at Worlds, but like at big competitions. Whoa. Okay. Do I keep that? I think I do keep that. Close, but no cigar. I think there is like a very, very slim chance that if I pull out something extraordinary at Worlds, I could podium. But what? Okay, I had to pause for this scramble. All 3 white triples are pre-made. Unfortunately, the first move I'm going to do breaks up 2 of them, but... Ugh. Alright. I'm not getting sub 20 average at Worlds. I don't know if I am either.
Anya?
Yeah?
When you get back from picking up your brother, make sure he walks the dog.
Okay.
How did it go?
Oh, I'm actually live streaming right now.
Oh, sorry, okay.
It's alright. Shoutouts to Mom for interrupting my stream. What? Nothing. Hey, I thought I planned a triple and then it just kind of disappeared. That was stupid. I didn't know what to do, so I just simplified it to a TCP. Pretty much everything in that solve went array. Okay. Yes. It's 1984. I could, yeah. I'm consistent 19 right now, it looks like. Which is good that I'm consistently sub 20, but it's also bad because my PR is barely sub 19. I don't know what to do. I just simplify the TCP. Sure. Like, even that's almost a PR. My PR single is pretty easy. Okay. This is one of the scrambles of all time. Counting 17. Yuck. That was a 23, 25, but I don't care. Hi, is FTO hard? For a person who doesn't know how to solve a 3x3, it's obviously harder than that. But the principles of FTO are very easy to grasp once you already know how to solve a 3x3. Homebrew Cuber, welcome. Ooh. I hate it when I do that. I just rediscovered my very old iPad Mini 2 last night. Cool. Okay. I can put that triple in the wrong place. And then just preserve it for later. Damn it. If I actually recognized the TCP on that solve, that would have been a great one. None of the apps work, fair enough. No! Dang it, that would have been sub 15. I'm mad. that is my dog. I do not know why my dog is making such noises. I could do that. That would change that orientation, but I think that's alright. Yeah, it was. I got really close to getting a sub 19 AO 100 on this session, but I ended up getting 1901, and then I got like 2 really bad solves, and then I got tilted, and so I wasn't able to solve good. That was really lucky. But also, I'm glad I took advantage of it. There are some times where I just get really lucky solves, and then they're just still average times. So, I'm glad I'm starting to break that trend. That was also lucky, and also really solid. That was good look ahead. Okay. Whoa. This scram is nuts. Is it actually? The start was alright, but the rest of it was just kind of mediocre. Ooh, wait. That's actually perfect. Yeah. That was really solid. That's all the stream so far, I believe. About that. Really solid solves today. If you want to see what peak performance in FTO looks like, I'm not the guy, but I'm proud to say I got close. Wow, okay. I think that's barely good, but it's super close. I want to pick it up here. Yeah. I'm gonna call that good. It is leaning ever so slightly more in this direction, which is good. All right. This is a really good average, 1721. For it. Okay. I don't know what 1721 is on like the world leaderboard. I think that's just back to WR4. Okay. Because my peak was world rank 4. I would like to get back there, but I'm not too ambitious to get the world rank. I'm more ambitious to get the time. Ugh. That lock up at the end. Am I still WR4? For single? Probably not. I might as well just look it up. Oh, I have it here. For average, I am currently 8th. You're 9th. For single, the page wants to load. You are 6th right now, Ty, and I am down here at 11th. Yeah, world record 4 is now 14.48. I don't know. I don't know if any of us are going to be getting that. Yep. What would 10.29 put me? It would be world record. World record still 12.1 by Aiden. Because that's my PB, but I haven't submitted it. Oh! Actually, no. Recently, Brandon got a 906 world best. That's something that happened. Did you know about that, Ty? No single. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what I said. The solution was essentially like it was a standard solution, but what happened at the end was the equivalent to a 3x3 like VLS last layer skip, but with last three triples. Like he did a different alg insert that I've never seen before, and then it skipped L3T. Alright, toast. Obviously, it was like easy cases for like centers and first two triples, but it was just the L3T or the LBT insert that carried the solve really. Okay. Also, what is happening right now? My average of 12 is consistently under 19 for a while now. Oh my gosh, toast. At what point am I allowed to ask for an extra? Because that did distract me in that solve. Ah, that was not good. Yikes. What do you average on FTO currently? I guess currently right now, low 19. At my peak, I averaged mid 17 though. I have a 17.6 AO 100. Which is, I just realized I never submitted it, and it's on my old laptop, which is broken. So I can't actually submit it anymore. So the 17 PBAO 100 only exists in my universe. You know what I could do? I bet I could go onto like an old live stream VOD, find a display that says my PBAO 100, and then I can just submit a photo of that. It's gonna be super low quality though. I don't know if they'll accept it. I don't see why they wouldn't accept it though. Cause like it's also a really old PB too. So probably mentioned it somewhere. I'm not competing in FTO at Worlds. Why? Sign up. What are you doing, you bozo? My mom told me that we'll arrive at Seattle on Friday night. Oh, so you're not coming to Worlds for like day 2 or whatever. That's unfortunate. Wow. That was a really solid time. I'm competing on Saturday. Is it day 3? Thursday. I'm actually super lucky Skube starts on. Is Skube your main event? That's unfortunate, my friend. We need to practice team blind at least once before Worlds, lol. You live down in Lehigh. Yeah. You live in Lehigh, right, Ty? Do you want me for like a day to just drive down to your place? Or do you think that there's a better way to meet up? Yeah, you live in Lehigh. That's not too bad. We can't be there on Thursday due to financial reasons. I mean, fair enough. Hotels there are freaking expensive, and if it's going to be like $400 a night for you and your mom, then yeah. We can either do that or I drive to Salt Lake. Is your do you have any annoying siblings around? Because like my parents legitimately do not care as long as you just don't disturb them or their work. So it might be better if you come to mine actually. How are the solves going? The solves are actually going really well. I got a couple of 14s and an average of 5 that would place me top 5 in the world if I got it officially. Yeah, solves are going really well today. Have you ever predicted both the first 2 triples in inspection? Yeah, probably many times. I think the furthest I've ever predicted an inspection was a large trap on the first center, but it was also like pre-made, so like does that really count as prediction if it's just already going to be there? I guess it does, yeah. That solve was bad. I haven't looked at world rankings in so long. I haven't either, to a certain degree, besides like earlier today. Like what is okay, so I used to be world rank 4. World rank 4 now is 1740 by Chandler Pike. Also, world rank 3 and world rank 2 are separated by 0.01. That was dumb. That was also dumb. That was not a good solve. I have an FTO round in October and I kind of want to lock in for it. What do you average on FTO? Who do you think is going to get FTO World Best Single next? The short answer is Aiden Bryant. The long answer is Aiden Bryant, but that's essentially what you're going for. It's like you can say that there's potential for some other person to get a really lucky scramble like Brandon did and just whip out a world best out of nowhere. But if I'm gonna be honest, I need to stop talking while solving. Okay. I think I'm going to... Wow, my dogs. Alright. Because not only... Wow, okay. Not only because my dogs were barking, but because I'm on a live stream, I'm going to qualify that as I get extra attempt. But yeah, Aiden's just gonna get it next, I believe. I mean, it's a higher likelihood that someone gets World Best Single other than someone else gets World Best AO5 or AO12. But I still think Aiden is just gonna dominate for a while. He knows like one log L3T now, which is like GG. Wow, okay. +2. Yeah, now my solves are getting a bit bad. I used to be a bit faster, so I know I can get a lot faster. Average mid to high 30s. Oh yeah. Do you know full TCP? When do you think we'll get a sub 10 average of 5? Ooh. I don't think we're gonna get a sub 10 AO5 for... I mean, I think we're gonna need better hardware than the ones that we currently have now. Because this hardware is amazing, first off. Like, thank you, Diane, for making such a good product. But I don't think it's quite good enough to achieve the turn speed necessary to average 10 with our current methods. So... I hypothesize that we're either going to get a massive method development, massive hardware development, both, or it's going to take like 5 years. Other than a few two-flip cases, yeah. Or I know that might just take a really long time to recognize. Yeah, you'll get faster with those recognition times eventually. That solve was really bad. Alright. I haven't gotten some good solves in a while, so I'm gonna see if I can lock in for a bit and get like a couple 17s. Aiden's TCP tutorial is better. I have no idea. I haven't watched any TCP tutorial. I just use the doc. Ty tells me to keep watching it because of like he has a different way of recognizing TCP that is quote better than anything else. So maybe I definitely should at some point. That was not good. I also use the doc. I mean, yeah, you're the one who created a tutorial. Nah, I messed up. Did the wrong alg. This is a misscramble. Would have been an insane misscramble though. Holy crap. Nice. There you go, back on track. I don't like following the Alex on dock. I prefer watching the owls being executed instead. I mean, yeah, you develop bad finger tricks if you have the dock, but if I have like noticeably bad finger tricks for an alg, I'll definitely like post a video and ask someone to critique them. Because FTO solvers are nice and they will do that for free. I haven't told you to watch it in like 6 months. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you haven't, period. What's your lube setup for FTO? I actually think this is not lubed at all. I definitely would have used Angstrom, both Gravitas and Dignitas, which is what I used on my older main. Besides that, I think I just did DNM. I might actually put a drop of DNM in each orbit now that you mention it. Boom. Boom. Oh gosh. It's all over the outside now. What to do? Okay. Let's see if this powers me up or makes me regret my decision. I think it powers me up. My FTO feels really slow. I might also have DNM. I'd also recommend using, well, obviously the looser springs, but they come with it, so I would assume that you already have those. As well as making sure that it's on decently loose tensions as well. I'm about to start doing FTO now. Good luck. Hopefully you get a 9. That song was bad due to a bad solution, I believe. Alright, don't have much time left to stream, so I'm going to try to see if I can go all out for a sub 19 AO 100, hopefully. Get a 9 right here, trust? Don't think so. My PB is 1234. So if I were to get a 9, it would be a pretty decent upset. Or, not an upset, what am I saying? It would be surprising, to say the least. I remember there was this one keeper from, I think it was the Philippines, who got a 9.4. Maybe they're not. I don't know, but from their competition videos, they looked like Philippine comps. I'm not entirely sure though, so. $18.60 average to 12 though. Do you think we'll actually see a sub 10 single anytime soon officially? Ooh. That's hard to say, mostly just because it all just depends on how good of a scramble Aiden gets. I don't really see it happening for quite a while, though. Of course, I would love to be proven wrong, but I just don't see it happening. Here. Okay. Ah. How far do you inspect on average? I usually get the first center, as well as potentially one of the first three triples. Like in this case, it's quite easy to predict first triple because if I just move this over and up, and then just this over and here, I already know the pattern of white triangles. It'll be like this, and then this, as well as I'll just have an arrow block. What am I doing? I'll do this. I messed up really badly. Wow, okay, somehow no penalties on that. Hey, Riley. $19.05, not $10.95. I would kill for $10.95 right now, especially because it would be on camera. Okay. This. I could do it like that, and that preserves it. Do you think the MGC beta is for me? So I'm gonna. I don't think the MGC beta is for me, so I'm gonna buy a Tornado V3. Why buy a Tornado V3 when a Tornado V4 is sitting right there? Is it just because you wanted to buy it for cheaper? Are there any FTO solvers that you know of that are either dual or full color neutral? Ty Baird in the chat, he had a specific color scheme on his Rex TO that meant that on the regular Dianchain, white and yellow were swapped. So when he learned to solve on the Dianchain color scheme, he unintentionally became dual color neutral of white-yellow. Besides that, I know Michael Larson, who's number 2 or number 3 in the world, I can't remember. He's 4-way color neutral, or like orbit neutral, I guess. So he does white, purple, orange, and gray as his first center sometimes. So an orbit like this. Or is it green? It would be white, green, orange, gray. Yeah, never mind. Not purple. Color neutral solvers do exist, but they're few and far between. Ange is white purple duo neutral. I did not know that. In other words, Michael is good. I mean, yeah, Michael, he's decent. He's the fastest FTO solver in kind of like a close region to my region of the USA. But still, it's like night and day, him compared to Aiden. Did I seriously? No, I thought I did. Thought I messed up my color scheme. Bro. Whoops. But at the same time, as my R-Stream V5 ball core is still pretty good, so I don't know what to do. I would just not buy a new cube. As the new cube is not the reason you're being held back right now. The new cubes nowadays are just way too good for purchasing a new one to be any worth it. Well, my V5 is chipped. Is the competition legal? Or is it you just don't want to use a chipped cube? Yeah, it just really annoys me. Ah, okay. The new cube could give him the motivation to cube more, which would make him turn faster. Yes and no. Yes, because a new cube does give you motivation to cube more. Sometimes, like, getting a new thing, not because it's better, but because it's different, is enough. But with how I know Riley solves, it's not the cube that's holding him back from getting better times. So he might just not want to sacrifice the money to get another cube, but again, it's entirely your decision. I'm just giving you what I would recommend. You do not have to listen to me. You can go buy a TV3 if you really want to. I'm just saying, I just don't really see a point. If it annoys you that much, you could always like buy a replacement piece. Like you can email the Cubicle support team, and you can purchase an order for a spare corner piece. I assume it's a corner piece. It's always a corner piece that gets chipped. What is with me only getting 18s? I got a high jump here recently. Yeah, I saw the video that you posted. This scramble sucks. That scramble did suck. Alright, it's 3:01 p.m. This will be my last solve of the stream. I think that's a good note to end it on. What do you guys say? Me when I didn't read the message before sending. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'll probably continue doing FTO off stream. After I pick up my brother from his camp thing, but yeah. For now, thank you guys for watching. Because today I'm working on pseudo slotting. Why are you working on pseudo slotting? Cannon, I think I should be better practicing F2L solutions. What do you think? Better F2L solutions? Yes. Pseudo slotting is completely unnecessary. There is no need. It's just going to confuse you even more. Like, I do pseudo slotting maybe 1 out of every, like, 50 solves, and it's only if I get a fortunate case for the last 2 pairs. Pseudo slotting goated. For top solvers, absolutely, yes, but for people of even my skill level, it's not worth it. I only think pseudo slotting is really worth to implement in your solutions often if you're around sub 7, sub 6, somewhere in that 6-second range, but that's just my thoughts on it. People got sub 6 without pseudo slotting, so I don't really see a purpose. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. See y'all next time.